I think one of the most confusing things for people is that the fiber content, like how much fiber are you going to give your dog? And people always think that like, oh, it's good for a human, so it must be good for a dog. No. And there's a lot of people out there that are noting stuff like wolf scat and coyote scat has a lot of plant material in it. Yeah, but it's not utilized. You know, it's like your dog eating grass. It comes out its ass. It looks the same. Do you understand? If the wolf eats the prey animal, they eat the stomach contents. That's how it would utilize plant material. It's already pre-digested. But if the wolf is walking around and eats like a piece of grass or something, it's coming out its ass looking the same way. It can't digest it. Okay, so that's anecdotal evidence at best. That's just proof that like a wolf might be bored and eat a grape, a wild grape. And remember, grapes are not good for dogs. So the anecdotal evidence of a wolf eating fruit, like say a grape, a wild grape, in its scat is just proof that the wild dog is as stupid as the domestic dog. It doesn't know what's good for it. Do you understand? And, you know, it's like the human chewing gum. Chewing gum, we get nothing nutritionally, you know, out of it. And it's the same thing with the wolf eating a stick or some grass or a wild grape. In the case of the wild grape, it's going to get something that's really bad for it. Okay? Grapes are very, very bad for all dogs. So keep that in mind. Don't load your dog up with fibrous plant materials and stuff like that. And if you're feeding a pet food, don't, because that's how they make their money, is by putting filler in there. Do you understand? Don't listen to anybody that starts talking about like, well, wolves have all this plant material in their scat. It's not utilized. It's just shitting it out like your dog eating grass. It comes out looking the same. And to people that read stuff from like, you know, wolf experts or whatever, you know, that seems to make sense to them. But it also makes sense to people that when they see their dog eating grass, that they think that they're eating vegetables. They're not. It doesn't get digested. Wake up. Don't feed your dog dog food. And honestly, if your dog is on pet food, really check into putting your dog on a raw diet, something that's healthy. And you might use some fruit as a fiber supplement, like apples or a little bit of banana, but it's a very small amount, or blueberries, but it's a very small amount. And it's certainly not cooked. And it's cooked in pet food, and then they have to put vitamins back into it and enzymes. It doesn't make any sense, does it? That's why you shouldn't be using pet food, okay? Use a raw diet and use a prey model, and don't let your dog eat grass, and for God's sakes, don't let your dog eat wild grapes or any type of grapes. And there's other fruits that are harmful too. So remember, your dog doesn't need vitamin C. It produces its own. And that's the same thing with a cat.